Hello. I'm gonna sit right in the sun and let it be right here so y'all will think I'm an illuminated being. Welcome to Sisterlocks Beauty Tips and Potpourri. It's wonderful to be back. It has been 8 days too long. If you have not purchased my book, I was going to say I Am Melanin Magic, the I Am Melanin Magic brand, but this is Manifesting Your Masterpiece. Please go and get that book. If you're all about that high vibrational life, if you're all about raising the vibration and living and traveling the frequency to your best self, go and get that book. How's that, y'all? Right there. Y'all see how illuminated I am? Psych. This is Albie. Okay, I'm working. Go. Welcome to today's video. I am your hostess, Tanisha. If you have not liked and given this a thumbs up ever, and you are in the house on a regular basis, please do give back. It keeps the balance, and it helps for you to stay in alignment with the universal law of giving and receiving. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Shout out to all of you who are giving comments about the creative solutions to locticians and letting me know what you're doing. And some of you are telling me literally that you want to are willing to do someone else's hair and you do your own hair. So leave an email in the comments. That's what's gonna be really helpful, is so that a person can reach out to you via the comments, even if you create a new email address. Okay, so let's go ahead and dig in. And thanks to the rest of y'all for constantly loving on me and loving on me. If you want to see what's going on over at my spiritual channel, it is Butterfly Transformations, and we are waiting for you to come home. So look us up. All right, y'all, just to give a plug real quick to I Am Melanin Magic, and shout out to the sister who is on her 8th order of this and this, but ordered 3 of these today, which is for thinning, for balding, and trying to re-stimulate hair growth in areas where perhaps you don't have scar tissue, and you know, you just know that there's a possibility that you can grow hair, but it's thinning and balding. Or better yet, because some of you have told me you had no luck with even more expensive products, and through using this, you're able to fill in some of your hair. So this is IamMelaninMagic.com. Please see us on the website. Now today we're going to be talking about these tools. I want to go over, I believe I have 10 tools in front of me, and I'm just going to show you pictures and give you a brief introduction real quick, and then I'm going to go back and talk about some of the feedback on the tools. I'm making this video to give you an opportunity to make an informed decision about some of the tools that are out there, especially for those of us who are considering or who are more steeped in already and experienced with doing our sister lock retightens, because we talk about some of the issues that we're having with our locks within the community. Some of you are really struggling to find reliable, professional, and ethical locticians. Others of you have logistical issues with regard to travel. Some of your issues are related to finances. Whatever they are, I wanted to pull together a video that would give you a better idea of some of the options that you have with regard to retightening. Now, the other thing that I want to say to you is that in the description, and I never do this, but I felt it would be irresponsible today not to take the time, and it's taken me over an hour and a half to do this, to get the links together so that I can at least provide you some assistance on where to get some of this stuff and not just leave you hanging. Many of you will ask me, if you ask me in the comments section, just please redirect yourself to the description, because I won't repeat it. It's just too time consuming. Also, I have to go in and edit this video. I typically don't edit my videos. I just want y'all to see the real deal all the time. There's no acting here. There's no embellishing. I don't have time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm just too busy, just like you are, beautiful lady. And so I want to be able to give you a sense of where to get these tools. I'm going to start out first, so that information will be in my description. Now, some of them are in my Amazon store, so if you click the link to my Amazon store and you click on hair tools, you're going to see it. You'll see the shower cap I use and that type of thing. If it's not and it's on Etsy, I'm doing my best to get you the exact link. I believe I have links to everything on here. There's 1 or 2 tools that's going to require you going to a website to find it, but I'll put the website in my description on this particular video. So let's dig in and let's dive deep. Okay, the first two things I want to start out with are my two favorite tools, y'all. I mean, you know, I've been at this, y'all, for going on, I don't know how many years now. Ifra took me up yesterday. She did my retightening. I went in a little earlier than normal because I've been running back and forth to Philadelphia for hospital stuff, for all types of crazation. And I don't like making those multiple trips. You know, I still have these on. I'm not getting them off until probably the end of the summer. So I'm going there for various things, and it is a nightmare. So I need to go there and take care of things and consolidate. So I had done the front. I asked her not to do the front, but we were busy talking, and she started getting into the front area, and I was like, no, you don't have to do this part. She's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And we kept talking, and we were having a ball, and before I knew it, she had gone back in and got these a little tighter. You know, I don't want to pull these too tight, and I typically take over that area. But the bottom line is that coming to a place where over time, you know, I like to be self-reliant. God bless the child who's got his own. I don't like to rely on anyone, or at least I like to have the knowledge that is required to keep up that which is important to me. It's about actively participating in my own rescue. And I expect and hope that these videos that I do to inform you not only enrich you in the way of information, but they help you to realize how important it is to be an active participant in this hair care journey, and just not turn it over to somebody and think you can just read the magazine while you're getting your retightenings. And so for me, that means being able to do it in case I ever have to do it. If Ifraj moves, or I can't get an appointment, or something. The same thing may go with NECA. And so I like to know these things. Y'all also know in the beginning, I used to open up my ends, which I still do. And I would always, with the bumps and all the bulging and stuff, that just was not for me. And so over time, I would go in and make all types of exceptions. But that is what has brought me here today. So my absolute favorite tool right now, y'all, is this. It's a basic little craft needle right from Walmart. If you go to my Amazon store, you can get a pack of 14 of these in different sizes that looks like this, all right? And if you need to ever kind of like open this up a bit, you can just put like a scissor or knife in there and open it up a bit if you feel you need to. But I like this because it makes it easy. Once I thread through, I can just go. So I said I was not going to get into all of it right now. So I'm just gonna go over what I'm gonna say my top 3 tools, all right? So this is the Interlocking Tool from Micro Essentials on Etsy. Okay, it's very similar to this. It just glides through easier. It has a bigger point, but it's cool. All right, and I'm gonna be putting pictures up. Again, this is the craft tool. Okay, you can get this from Walmart. Very easy to use. But you can also get a pack from my store on Amazon. All right. This is the Interlocking Tool from Micro Essentials. You can get this on Etsy. Okay, this has recently become my favorite, but my next favorite from the old school is the Nappy lock tool. This is the smallest one here. I've had all 3 sizes more than one time. This tends to get lost easily, but it's a wonderful tool. Okay, glides through, very simple, not too long, da-da-da-da. All right, so again, this is the Nappy Locks tool. All right, I believe you can go to nappylocks.com for this, I would imagine. I gotta go back and research. That's one of the 10 tools I forgot. Ugh. All right, moving right along. This next tool is the multi-purpose dreadlock management tool. Okay, it looks just like the infamous Sisterlocks tool, which is here. This is the Sisterlocks tool. All right, okay, it's about yay high, 1, 2, 3, almost 4 inches. This is the multi-purpose dreadlock management tool. You can get this from Etsy, from Locs by Key, Lockbyke. There's a video when I talk more about this that I'm going to attach to let you see how this works, okay? Here's the next tool here. This is the new Locs tool. You can get this from BrambleRoots.com, BrambleRoots. It is very similar to the Sisterlocks tool, just happens to be a little bit taller. Okay, it also has these notchings here that give you a better idea of the size of the lock. I feel that the point here is a tad bit pointier. This is a little bit more durable than this part here, but this feels about the same. They are both plastic. This feels more like ceramic or porcelain. It could be a very hard plastic though. This next tool, which is a typical crochet needle, used to be my favorite go-to, okay? It just was. It just is. I love this because I used to stick it right in there and I would, you know, put it in the hair, and as long as I flipped this little lever up, okay, and brought the hair around, okay, this has to be up or you're gonna have problems. Once you put it in there, flip it up and just pull it down. Go through the other way, flip it over, pull it out, and just continue, continue, continue. I liked this because you don't have to thread anything, and I never dug this, all right? You don't have to thread anything. The next tool I'm gonna talk about is the Locs tool, okay? This is through a company called Locs Royale. Okay, this is what that tool looks like. Okay, if you can see that. The sister who came up with this tool, her name is Liz Joseph. She's a qualified hair technician and Sisterlocks consultant. All right, I believe when I ordered this tool, it came out of Europe. Locs Royale, again, R-O-Y-A-L. Now, if you take a look at this, you can push it down. The next tool I'm going to talk about, I'm just going to put it up on the camera. It's the Sisterlocks tool. It's very similar to this tool here. I forget the name of it. It is the tool that you use that is in addition to this one that they will give you for retightenings and other things. Of course, you can't get that tool if you're not a loctician, to my knowledge, but if you ever came across that tool, at least you would have a frame of reference for it. It's very much like this. However, this one is better. It doesn't pull out the hair and so forth and so on. We're going to get into that. The next tool, which I think and hope is the last tool, no, this is a standard Dreadlock tool right off Amazon. Okay, it is curved. Now, I had another tool like this that I got off of Amazon some time ago. This is the Loxanity tool. Initially, I did not like this tool because I couldn't dig the curved end. But when I went back to use this again a couple weeks ago when I was working on the front of my hair, I liked it. And I tended to feel like if you were using this correctly, it could keep you from joining the lock. We'll get into that later. That's the one good thing that I can say about that. I think that I have talked about all of the tools. So the first thing let's get into is this tool here. I'm just going to pause and I'm going to plug in the video. The video doesn't have any sound in terms of music, so it does show you how to do the rotations, the order, depending upon what your particular pattern is. And it shows you from which angle to enter into the hair, or from what point on the clock to enter into the hair. Now, the loopy thing on the back feels a little bit easy to break. I'm not very clear on how to use this. I tried to use this. My hair got caught on it. It's probably due to ignorance. I didn't have a great time with this tool. And of course, as I mentioned, I believe the Sisterlocks-like type of tools are better used by the locticians, people who can see what they're doing. If you are someone who can use this tool for self-retightening, please sound off in the comments. We love you. All right, next but not least is this tool here, which is by Nulox, N-U-L-O-X-X. It's the Nulox tool. And like I said, you can get it from Bramble Roots. Bramble Roots. You see the notchings here, which help you to control the size. It's very sturdy. It's longer, and I absolutely love it. Love it. This reminds me, I'm going to pause for a second because I forgot to mention the next one, and I'm going to put a picture in. I don't have this tool, and the reason why I don't have it is because it's just like this tool. A lot of these are popping up. So I believe that what was trademarked was the grid, and I don't know how you can really do that. Not the tool, because I don't, and then again, maybe perhaps because of some slight change in the tool, even if the tool were trademarked, they could still create this because of some strange modification. So it's possible that this, but I remember this used to be the hush hush and nobody, oh my gosh, where did you get that from? You seen that? Your loctician lets you see it? She let you watch while she was, it was just crazy and silliness. And now, 2 decades later, we have freedom from the tyranny of this tool. We have options. And many of you say this gets stuck on your hair. And by the way, the next time I go to have my hair redone, I am going to inquire as to, are there any of these other tools you'd like to try that you think might make your job easier? Who knows? She may like this tool or not. I don't know. Many of you say this gets caught on your hair. And many of you say that this has pulled out some of your hair. So it's hard to say. But this next tool that you'll see in an image right here is the Interlocks tool. E-N-E-R, like energy, locks tool. It is very similar to this, except it is made out of, I believe, metal, stainless steel. There is the branding across here, and it comes with the facility to put it on your wrist. So there's a series of crystals, tiny crystal beads that are made into a band that stretch. It's kind of like an energized, Reiki infused tool, because it's made by sisters, I believe, 4 sisters who believe that, you know, the energy and everything you put in your hair, and you know I'm all down for that, being a master practitioner, those things are important. So it was infused by positive energy. Now, we know water can hold an energetic vibration for hours. We know that. I'm not so sure about metals, but I know that anything, for example, crystals, there are some crystals that don't even have to be cleansed because they're constantly transmuting energy. So I think the intention for that is really good and healthy. It's not very expensive. You'll have to go to Interlocks.com to look up more about that. Again, it's like this, but it also, because of the utility of the hole that is drilled down here with a link beaded bracelet, it keeps the tool from falling. And I think yesterday when my loctician did my hair, she might have dropped the tool like 3 or 4 times. So that can be very helpful. Okay, I assume it would work like all of these. So in reviewing these, ultimately, I would say if these are ones you want to choose, consider length. These two here are almost identical, but the green tool is the longest tool. It has the notchings, and if this is not something you're using to help with parting or something else, this feels like the most comfortable tool to actually work with. Again, this is the new Locs tool. But again, take a look at the video if you need to rewind it. Check this out, because I just couldn't really get with that. Now, on to this tool and reviewing this tool. This is wonderful if you want to move in and out in a similar cycle to the way a loctician would use this. It's a form of interlocking, so it's not going to affect the way your lock looks. I never had any issue with combining anything with this. I would say because of the way this thing is shaped, this is probably the hardest tool to cause marrying. That doesn't even sound grammatically correct. This would be a tool that would decrease the likelihood of marrying. If you think about it, it's going to be because of this curved hook here, I think. But the only problem with this tool, if you're not paying attention, is if you try to pull it out before making sure that this flap is up, you're going to end up pulling your hair, you're going to end up tangling your hair through. But once you get the hang of this, this can be a pretty handy tool. And I did like it initially when I was doing it, but the time it takes me every now and then, if I hit a snag, on to the next tool, it takes me less time once I actually thread this through to keep moving through the rotations. I can move through this very quickly, probably faster than a loctician might be able to move, or just as fast as a loctician might be able to move on my own hair, of course with care and concern, if she were using this on my hair. However, I would lose time because I have to stop, obviously, and thread this through. Now, this is one that I just made shorter to deal with the tiny pieces up here where I'm trying to grow new locks. It's like 3 or 4 little tiny pieces. They very seldom grow fast like the rest of my hair. So here's this, okay? I drilled it down, but you can see the different sizes, all right? And you have your choice, because as I mentioned, if you click the link, you can get a package like this, and you'll have different sizes and so forth. And you can also just go to Walmart and get 2 or 3 at a time. The Nappy tool, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's very easy. It's very small. This is the small size. This might even be this is the micro size. The small size is significantly larger. The micro size, the medium and large are big for Sisterlocks, if you ask me. Those are not the tools you need for Sisterlocks. I would say small and medium, and then of course you just go in. For me, I have reverse 4, 9, 6, 3, or north. What is it? West, south, east, north, west, south, east, north, and continue all the way around. And it's fast. And you know, the advantage of these metals, the metals here, is that it slides through, okay? But you have to also make sure you don't slide into another lock. All right, so on from the Nappy tool, the downside to me is that it gets lost very easily. And this tool is a little bit more expensive. I think I paid between $20 and $30 for this tool, maybe after shipping. And I've lost about 3 or 4 of them. I don't know why I have such a hard time keeping up with it. This here is the Microlock tool, or the Interlocking Tool by Microlock Essentials, M-I-C-R-O-L-O-C, no K, Essentials on Etsy. I love this because it's new. I've been using it, and it almost is identical to this. It just has a larger opening. Now, if you have very small locks, you don't need a large opening that small, a large opening this big. Okay, that may be too much for you. And this is the smaller, this is the larger of the tools. I have 2 of these. Okay, one is about 1 inch, 2 inches, 2 1/8 inch, and this one is about 2 inches even, maybe 2 1/10 of an inch. Okay, and this is 2 and maybe 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch. All right. And you can see the difference here. They have the same size openings. Fundamentally, they feel both the same thickness or density, all right? But it flows through very easily through the scalp. Something about this, though, I feel a tad bit more friction, and it helps me with the retightening because it's not as slippery. This can be a little slippery if your hair has oil on it and so forth and so on, but so can the other metal tools. Now, this is the tool by Loxanity. This is the one I said I've been more recently experimenting with, and this is wonderful because it is bent up. You can kind of go straight through, and this worked well for me the other day. I had the patience to give it a shot because initially, when I first started my Sisterlocks journey, I went on Amazon and I found something like this. This is also curved. And on Amazon, this is just going to come up under Dreadlocks tool. It's a very popular tool. And, you know, this is like all of these tools on Amazon. Can you believe a lot of them, when you research them, you see Caucasian people up there? And I thought, how much work did they have to go through to bypass us, who are the creators of this, to find Caucasian people with dreadlocks? I digress. I just thought that was very... You know, I know that throughout history, they've had a habit of wanting to claim everything, unfortunately, and claiming things that don't belong to them, and even making our African gods and goddesses, or the kings and queens of Caucasoid, of the Caucasoid genome. And they just consistently do it. But when it's so blatant like this, when I'm typing in some of these tools and I'm seeing Caucasian people, I'm thinking, wow, they had to raise heaven and hell and earth, walk through the Sahara with no shoes on, okay? And then do the unthinkable or the amazing act in order to bypass what would have been very simple, which is just to give the authenticity of the style that they really never accepted and still despise on some levels and fronts. Let's just be honest here. This is just frank. Let's just be honest. Let's be real, okay? And what does it take to continue to divert the truth? What does it take to continue to build and to continue to culturally, I don't even know. I don't even go down that road anymore. Let's raise the vibration. So here's the tool. So because it curves as it goes in, it makes it easier for you who's paying attention not to join into another lock similar to this. So that can be the benefit of a curved tool, provided you can begin to get comfortable with working with a curved tool. All right. Now, the Interlocks tool that I was telling you about, this like this, with that tool, the only thing I wondered about was I wanted to make sure it wasn't heavy. I can't see why it would be heavy, but that would be my only concern with that tool. I would imagine it would slide through like these tools. All right. We're almost done and we're 25 minutes. We are down to the last tool. Thank you. Thank you. I thought this video was going to be like, I don't know why I had anxiety about doing this video. I just postponed it and postponed it and postponed it. I was supposed to have done this. I had this, everything sitting on my, my HVAC unit, not vent. What are these things called, y'all? Filters. I should have done this a long time ago. I cleaned up the area upstairs, and then today I was like, you know what, let me just come down here and work in my office. Okay, the last tool, which is the interlocking tool. Now, I believe, what is her name? There's a lady who's an airline attendant who has Sisterlocks, and I believe she uses this tool. I saw her years ago. I can't think of her name offhand. Beautiful lady. Her mom is sweet too. Mom, if you're out there, I can't remember your name because I haven't talked to you in about 2 years, but giving you love. I wish I could think of your daughter's name off the top of my head. Journey with Me, I think is the name of the channel. I believe I saw her use this way early on. So here, you just press down on this sponge like you would the Sisterlock tool, the other one, and you close off. Okay, that way you can't drop it or anything like that. And you just use this tool to go into different areas and to go into different points on your rotation. Now, when I first got this tool 3, 4, 5, 6 years ago, I did not like it because in order to apply the pressure here, I was getting stuck here. And I could see how doing this continuously would aggravate or cause calluses here. I can't see using this on a consistent basis because this is not my tool, but some people love this tool and it is a good tool. One of the wonderful things I like about this tool is because it has this round thing that's kind of like the size of a small Phillips head screw. Because it has this, to me, you are encouraged to stop, and it's harder for you to continue to retighten because you have to get this through the base of the lock. And with all of these tools that we're talking about, that's where this has its benefit, because when you look at these tools, and even this one, you need something really small, because if you continue to try to pull that through, you can put a little extra pressure on the hair that maybe you don't want to. So you want to be mindful of that. And I think that that is why when I started using this one this time and I liked it, I said, oh, I like the way this feels. It's very small. Sometimes the tools can feel too long, but we're using this differently. So the length here is needed. But sometimes these tools can feel very small and you feel like you need more length, but this works perfectly. And if you look at the point, this point is thicker than all of these. It's about double the size of these points. It may not look like it on camera, but it actually is in width. It is at least 75% thicker. But it's very small and it eases through. It feels good. It's not going to scratch you. Like I said, this part down here keeps it from falling when you push the spring down and you put the piece of hair in there. Okay. But again, when you get to the end, this, and I'm not sure why it's shaped like this, although as you get closer to the base, you can kind of work it through. I would imagine when you get that close to the base, you could use that as a guide to say, okay, I've done enough retightening. Even though I may be addicted to this grid, it's really not necessary. So I love y'all. Let's see how many we did. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did 11 tools technically. So that's what I'm going to say in the title. And I will do my best to put all these in the title. Please, I say, please Do not ask me where to get these tools. Look in the description. And if you're not sure what the description is, right as you're watching my video, in the lower right-hand corner, you'll see a little peak, a little down arrow, sort of, or downward peak. Just, you know, click on that and there'll be a menu that will drop down that's full of text, and all of that text includes the things that I'm allowed to put in there on YouTube, and I will give you the links to these tools. If you don't see it right away, give me at least 24 hours. I will get it up. Okay? Much love to you, much love to you, much love to you. Thank you, my beautiful sister locks. Sisters, again, you all have blessed me in ways that you cannot even imagine. I have met so many wonderful, beautiful people. And if Miss Ali is still out there, she was one of my first clients from this channel. Her last name is Ali. You know who you are if you hear me. Just letting you know, I still think of you often. Also, Nadine, give me a shout out if you are still out there. Let me know where you are. You two and Shay were like the 3 first women and Armada that I ever remember from this channel. Shout out to you, Armada. For those of you who are using these products, don't forget to do your review. And when you purchase, you'll see me put a special little tag on your box. If you are a frequent flyer, you will get a 30% off discount. Keep in mind, these are 30% off until the end of July for our Hot Girl Summer sale, which I believe is Hot Girl Summer 22. I believe that is the code, Hot Girl Summer 22. Let me get that right, because if I mess that up, I know y'all gonna be feeling some kind of way, because you're gonna go on there and by the time you miss the sale because I gave you some misinformation, I don't want you to be upset. So let me see, I think it's Hot Girl Summer 22. It will give you a 30% discount off of everything at the I Am Melanin Magic store. But it's only through the end of July. We've been running that, yes, 25% off. But my personal coupon to the frequent flyers who continue to order, and you show up as being a frequent flyer, you become a VIP, and I will give you a coupon for 30% off. The instructions on how to get that will be in the box, all right? Do text me rather than email me. A lot of stuff coming in through email. I don't see it right away, but because I have this phone with me all day and I have 3 of them, I will get the text and be able to respond faster. HOTGIRLSUMMER 22, all caps, all the way up through the end of July. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all, and I will see you again soon. Albie wants to say goodbye. Yes, yes, yes. Albie, would you like to say goodbye to our beautiful sisters, our kindred spirits, our friends in high places? Shout out again to my girl Keisha. It was so wonderful seeing you. And I will be posting your video on butterfly transformation soon. Don't forget to send me your videos. Send me your videos, 1 and 2 minute clips of something related to the journey. I have beautiful Priscilla and 2, 3 other sisters whose videos I have to edit and get them up here. Sometimes it takes me a while, but I will get them up here. Hopefully by the end of August, I will get those videos up there to share them with the other ladies. Send them to me. Text me, 678-438-6442. Do not call, please. Text me. That's the best way for me to respond. Y'all know I have a lot of businesses, and I have a brick and mortar shop, and I do a lot of spiritual healing services. So it's just too difficult for me to do the phone thing. Sometimes I don't know how to say no. So don't put me in a difficult situation, or I will have to draw a boundary. So I love y'all again. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your weekend. If this is when you're seeing the video, please continue to be peaceful, productive, prosperous, and nothing short of passionate. Don't forget to catch that. And join me over on Butterfly Transformations, which is my other site. Bye.
If you are not using I Am Melanin Magic hair oil, then what are you using?
Hey guys, so I started using this oil called I Am Melanin Magic since February of this year, and check out the new growth. Like, it's insane. Not only did it help with my new growth, but it smells amazing too.
See the dramatic improvements Denisha has made after not having hair around her edges for 3 years. Tanya's hair had been like this for almost 20 years, and while getting injections. Her doctor said it was scarred and would never grow back. After 4 weeks of using I Am Melanin Magic, this is what she looked like. I Am Melanin Magic did this to Danette's hair after a short time. Hi, I'm the creator of the I Am Melanin Magic hair and skincare brand. My vision has always been to develop a line of products that meets the unique needs of melanated people. The I Am Melanin Magic hair oil is our premier product. It is the leading high-end supplement for your mane.
It reduces breakage, promotes growth, and can be used on all hair types and looks, from straightened hair and microlocks to wigs and protective styles.
It's antifungal, antibacterial, and anti-funk, so you know you're protected.
It softens and conditions your hair, and it's anti-frizz too.
This really is all you need. It's rich with antioxidants, loaded with growth-promoting ingredients. Look at the growth of my hair. The proof is in the product. Need I say more? Don't delay. Purchase yours today.
I am Melanin Magic, and so are you.